Hello, this is BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and today I'm going to be talking about brush maintenance, and particularly brush maintenance with the GodHand Brush Maintenance Starch. So this is a little powder which is in this small handy dispenser, and what we're going to do is, you know, when you get your brushes and they go all furry and such, I guess like this one here. Right, so that's all separated and it's lost its point now, and what we're going to do is we're going to be treating that with the starch and get it back into its pointy form. Okay, so from the overhead you'll be able to see I have a variety of brushes here. These are all brushes we've used here with our tutorials and such, and they're all in various states, so they're all separated. You might notice that when you buy a brush brand new, when you put your finger across it does feel sort of stiff because it's all basically it's like it's been glued together. So that's the starch that's being released, and being able to restarch it while you're using them helps to keep them in tip-top condition and maintain a sharp edge. Okay, so let me show you what you're going to do. All right, so I've just got a little container here. You can use any container, and we're going to pour some boiled water in it. So you need boiled water around about 90 degrees or higher, and then we're going to put our starch into it to mix up our solution. Okay, so I'm just got my kettle here. We're going to pour this boiling water in. It's going to be really hot, I reckon, so I'm going to have to be quick. All right, now the reason it has to be very hot is we need to dissolve this starch. Okay, so with the starch, I'm just going to put a little bit in. It's probably about enough, and you'll see it just floating around on the surface. Now we need to mix that up. All right, so we need that to dissolve within the water. And this is what's going to hold together the bristles. Okay, so we just want it to be clear. So once you lose any of those white powdery look, it's ready to use. Okay, so we'll just have a closer look. There's a few more bits here floating around. Just make sure it all dissolves. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, so that's clear now. And what we're going to do, let me start off with this brush here. This is actually a thin, flat brush, and actually it looks like a round brush now. What I'm going to do is we'll dip it inside. Okay, so we want all this starch liquid to be absorbed by the bristles, and then wipe off the excess. And then you'll notice that every time you use a brush, whenever you wet it, it does start to hold together a bit. But we're going to help it along, and we're just going to glide it through our fingers here. Okay, so as you can see, I'm moving like so, and it's already to a sharp edge and it's flat. Now it's as easy as that. So we're lucky with this one. Sometimes it needs a little bit more assistance as you're squeezing it through your fingers, but I think that shape is very good. Pretty much looks like a brand new brush now. Okay, so that one's finished. We'll pop that over here. Let's try something a bit thicker like this. Now you can really see how that's all coming apart. And this is a natural sable, and that's not going to work very well like that, I think. So let's dip the whole thing in. Remove the excess. And see how it's wet? It's already in pretty good shape. And then we'll just help it just by shaping it. And because this is a round brush, we just need to shape it all the way around. And just keep doing this until you're happy with the shape. Then once you're happy with the shape, well, that's pretty good, I think. And then we'll put it aside to dry. Okay, so there's another one done. And you see just how easy it is and how quickly all this happens. So here's another flat brush. It's a bit furry along here. All right, so same sort of thing. Just dip it in. Excess off. It's already holding together because of the liquid inside. And then we'll just gently shape it with between our fingers like this. Turn around to see what the shape looks like. It's pretty sharp. Really happy with that. And that's already done. Now what this is going to do is it helps the the brushes maintain their shape so your bristles don't go astray. And next time you're ready to use a brush, they'll be in perfect condition and give you very sharp edges. Okay, again, another broad flat brush. Okay, so you can see how after dipping it in the liquid, it's coming together, and then gently shape it with your fingers. So just keep shaping it like this until you're happy. There we go. See the point we got there? And that's going to hold together until the next time we need to use a brush. Put that there. And then here's a GodHand brush that we use quite often. Dip it again, excess off. And then to shape it, do it a little bit more. And I'm very happy with that. Okay, so there we go. So that is how easy it is just to use the Brush Maintenance Starch. This particular item is by GodHand, and it's very easy to use. You just need to make sure that it's boiling water. So this is 90 degrees plus, so it was in the kettle. It just boiled up and we just poured it to use. Put in a few dashes. Okay, so I used about 4. You can see how it looks slightly thicker than the water it was before. Very hard for me to demonstrate, but you can see how it's changed its consistency a little bit. And then make sure you mix it up. I just used a skewer here, but you make sure it's mixed up until it's perfectly clear. And when it's clear, you know that the starch is actually dissolved into the water. And then you just dip and shape, as I have done with all these. And you know, it doesn't have to be difficult. It's very, very quick. And I've just done, what's that, 5 brushes in next to no time. So there you go. So there's my tutorial on the GodHand Brush Maintenance Starch. Very easy to use and very handy on your brushes. Maintains a very sharp edge, and best thing of all, it's really easy to use. So there we go.